Hello my peepers, welcome to an extra Flosstube. This is my 2025 WIP parade. I wasn't going to do it because I have 236 WIPs. But they told me just to show what I'm working on. I can do that. So I have like 4 piles here. So I'm going to show you what I already stitched on this year. And I'm done. Like I have 3 finishes and 1 that I got to 1%. So I'm going to show you those first. So there's a group of us that do Mill Hill Mondays, and we did a stitch along together on Enchanted Pumpkin. So I started it, and I started this back, I think we started it in October, and I finished it. So it's all done. I just need a frame. So I finished this in January this year. And then I had stitched this a while ago along with the group and never put the beads on. So this came out. Oh yeah, I stitched this last year because I was stitching this at the LNS on Thursday nights until it was finished. So then this month I put the beads on and the button. So this is called Into the Woods. This is called Enchanted Pumpkin. So both of these are finished. So these were my WIPs at starting January 1st. Then I had another WIP starting January 1st. It was Santa Snowman. It's by Sugar Plum Express. Janlin Company. And it's done on perforated plastic. It's not paper, it's plastic or vinyl. This is plastic though. And so it's all done. I do have to cut these 2 out and add them on here where they need to be added. But I finished him this month as well. So yes, 3 finishes already for this year. Then Deanne was telling me about Jen the Caffeinated Stitcher and how she's going through her full coverages and she's stitching on one until she gets to 1%. So I had pulled out Winter Harvest by the Cross Stitch Studio. This is, I don't know if it's still free, but it was a freebie on their Facebook group. And I did get it to 1%. So I will show you that. So this won't be stitched on again for a long time. Yeah. And the size is 425 by 490. I'm just trying to find where I stitched. So yeah, all that's confetti heavy. That took me forever just to get to 1%. I did not have much stitched on it when I started it. And yeah, a lot of blues. But that's just 1%. So yeah, I don't know when I'll get back to that, but for now it is at 1%. Okay, so that's already everything that I got 1% on and finished. Now I'm going to show you what I'm currently stitching on. So the 4th of every month there's a group of us that stitch on anything patriotic or with flags. I did not get to it this month because Christmas was with my family. And then it got canceled again at the last minute. It's just Christmas with my parents and my sister. For Christmas Day was canceled because my mom was sick and my sister's brother-in-law had passed away the Saturday before Christmas. So we didn't have it. So then we were supposed to have it January 4th. Well, the 3rd it got canceled because my mom and dad's electricity in the house was bad. They're lucky their house didn't burn down. So that they had an electrician come in on the 3rd and the 4th to put in all new electrical lines and stuff. So that got canceled again. So I ended up having both my sons and my grandsons here on the 4th. So that's why I didn't stitch on this. But this is what I will be stitching on the 4th of every month until it's done. It is Forever in Peace by Sweet Wing Studio. I'm not going to put all this stuff down below in the description. If you want to take notes or look them up on your phone while I'm showing them, that's perfectly fine. But to do all of that, it takes a long time. So I'm just showing you. So all I have done on this, and I don't remember the fabric, I think what I'm going to start doing, I think I'm done doing project sheets because they sit in a binder. I don't ever touch them. I forget about them. I have one of those boxes, those plastic boxes for index cards. I watch Becky's Madness for Crafting a lot, and I think she has index cards or something in each project bag. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start converting everything onto an index card and keeping it in the project. And then when it's finished, I will put it in that plastic bin. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have like full coverage tab, Shannon Christine tab. So each tab will be different. And so this one will probably say like patriotic. So that's all that's done on this. I do believe this fabric though is from I can see her face. I don't remember. It's brain fog. But that's all that's done. I will get to this on the 4th in February. I think this is called Swiss Mocha. Swiss Mocha. Grace Notes Fabrics. That's what it is. Grace Notes Fabrics. I believe that's Swiss Mocha. Okay. So this is the 4th of every month until it's done. And then of course I'll look and see what else I have that I can do. Okay. This I started, I believe, in November or December of last year. It is called Sunrise Over in Autumn Village by Puck's Closet. They are a new to me full coverage. I won't be stitching on this again until the first day of autumn. So again, you will not see this for a while, but it will be stitched on again the first day of autumn. The 25th of each month, the group of us are also doing anything Christmas. So I was going to pull out something like a Shannon Christine, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm really into my full coverages right now. So I am going to stitch on Heaven and Earth Designs Ornament the Enchanted Christmas Snowman. That's the name of it. Ornament the Enchanted Christmas Ornament. And that's by Donna Gelsinger, so you can look that up. It is still available on their website. This is 200 by 200, but as you can see, it's round, so you're not doing any background. So, yeah, the 25th of each month, that's what I'm stitching on, and I started over here on the side. That's all I have done on it. So tomorrow, because today's the 24th, tomorrow I will pull this out and I'm going to stitch on it either all day or just part of the day. Right now, my focus piece Monday through Thursday during the day is Hey to Chessie. That's what it looks like, by Ash Evans. This one is 350 by 258. If I don't finish it this year, I am fine with it. I will continue it next year, but that's how much I have done. So I know I'm at, let me look. This one I am at 21.63%. I love the Nurge. So yeah, that's how much is done. He will be pulled back out on Monday. Today is Friday, like I said. I won't be stitching on this again today. Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, most of them, except for when it's Christmas, the 25th, I will be stitching on Pain-Free Chromatic Dragon. I saw Dizzy Stitchers, I believe it was Dizzy Stitcher, I saw stitching this a couple years ago in one of his WIP parades, so I had to pull it out. And this will be a Christmas gift this year for my son Justin. That's how much is done. So I will keep stitching on this. So this is what I am stitching on today and Sunday. So when we get to November, if I still have a ton to do on it, this will pretty much be my focus piece. The last day of each month will be Halloween, because some months have 31 days, some have 30, and then you have February. So I have decided that I'm just going to stitch on it the last day of every month. There's a lot of us doing that also. This is from a Facebook group called Free Patterns by Visa or something like that. She does not have them for Pattern Keeper. Her patterns, I have to stitch this using a paper pattern, so I don't know how many stitches I've done unless, you know, like I can tell right now pretty much how much I've done, but as far as keeping track, I haven't been doing that. But isn't he freaking cute? It is called Halloween Gnome, and this is a stitch along that started, I forgot. Oh, 11/15. So November 15th of last year, we started this. Like I said, I have to use the paper pattern. And this is on 25 count gridded Lugana. So that's how much I've done. So I've done 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1,000. A little over 1,500 stitches on this. There is quite a few colors. I know you probably can't see them all, but there's a lot of browns, dark browns, light browns. There's all kinds of browns in that. So that's what I will be stitching on the last day of every month. Then the 13th of every month, how did I not know this? I watch a lot of Flosstubers, and the ones I watch talk about this. So I don't know if it's called Dark 13, Dark Halloween, it's something like that. That they stitch on a Halloween piece on the 13th of every month. So this was my new start in January. I started this January 13th. Look at that. Thread Geeks. Hocus Pocus Gnomes. Yes. Hocus Pocus Gnomes. And this is 432 by 432. 25 count gridded Lugana, and that's all I have. That's it. Just what, 300 stitches. So I will stitch on this on the 13th of every month. I mean, you can see the trees. Isn't that pretty? I think they are freaking adorable. I do. Look at them. They're so cute. And I love the colors. Okay. I couldn't close it, but every other Saturday night is Hey the Quick Stitch Curly Tailed Rosie. I finished mine last year, so I now work on Long Tailed Snowy. Quick Stitch Long Tailed Snowy. It's the same artist. It is Annie Rodrigue. There's a Haid. This is 175 by 246. So I will continue stitching on him every other Saturday until he's done. And that's what I have on him so far. I don't know the percentage. That's why I want to start putting in, I want to start the index card and start keeping it in my projects. So at the end of every month, I can write on it what percentage I'm at. And I'm just going to do that every month. But yeah. So there's a little bit of color blocking, and there's confetti. 25 count gridded Lugana. But yeah, he's the every other Saturday. So I had my Saturdays and Danielle's Saturdays mixed up. I did not stitch on it last Saturday because we had Christmas at my family finally. Sorry about that. I didn't have time to pause it. So I may stitch on it tomorrow night after the snowman, after I stitch on the snowman for a while and get back on track with Danielle. Where is that? Why am I missing something here? Where is that? There it is. Nope. Thursdays is called Tiny Thursdays. So we stitch on anything that is a small. So I looked on all my projects to see what was small. I made a list. This is what I'm stitching on now. So after dinner is when I stitch on Tiny. And this is what I'm stitching on, Snowman with sunflowers. This is a kit by Dimensions. Wire Whimsy. I do not know if this is still available. I have no clue. I've had it for a long time. Copyright on this says 1995. See, I've had this a long time. And I probably have had it. I don't think I've had it since then, but I might have. I don't know. It says it's stitched on brown perforated paper. Mine came on white vinyl. But that's how much I've done. I have a lot done on it. So I'm stitching on this on Thursday nights till it's done. Mondays is Mill Hill Monday. And right now on Monday nights I am working on the Christmas Village. It's the Christmas Village series. I'm doing the needle workshop. So I will stitch on this until it's finished on Monday nights. So that's what it will look like. You see that? Trying not to get the glare. And I'm stitching it color by color. I didn't at first at the top till I had some stitched, and then I started doing it color by color. So yeah, that's what I have done so far. So like I said, I will continue stitching on that until it's done. And then I forgot to, when I put it away, you can't see which project it is. Okay. So there's that. Hold on a second. I need to blow my nose. Okay. And you know, Deanne was telling me about Jen, the caffeinated stitcher. She's pulled out all of her full projects that need to get to 1%. So once she gets to 1%, she pulls out another one. So that's what I've been doing. So right now, I have like a little over 100 stitches left to get to the 1% on this. This is Haid Spider Queen. Spider's Queen. Spider's Queen. And this is 400 by 500. I love this. I love the color. I love masquerades. I love masks. So yeah, I love that. And right in the center, between her eyes, there is a spider. But love the colors. And you know me, it reminds me a lot of Halloween. So tonight I will stitch on it, and I will get that 1% done tonight. So that's what I have. So all of this is pretty much color blocking. There's like 2 or 3 colors, and then there's quite a bit of color block in here. There's a small area that has some confetti, and this is 25 count gridded Lugana, which the bigger sizes is getting hard to find. Everybody's sold out. So I'm going to switch to just 25 count Lugana without the grids on it, because I can grid it myself. So like I said, once I get to 1%, I'm done with this for quite a while. Then tonight, when I get to the 1%, I will be stitching on this in the evenings until I get to 1%. Only on the evenings. I don't have something else going on like Snowy, Mill Hill, and Tiny Thursday. So this is Charting Creations Halloween Forest. This is size 445 by 296. I have over 1,000 stitches to do to get to 1%. And I don't have hardly anything done. This is a freebie on their website, or on their Facebook group. I think it's still there. I'm not positive. And that's all I have done. I have a long ways to go on this to get to 1%. So yeah, that's all I have done. So that is everything I'm currently working on. Now plans for WIPs for the rest of the year. Okay. So for Mill Hill Mondays, when I finish the needle workshop, what's the next one I have to finish? The gingerbread house is the next one I need to finish. And I was stitching on this at the cross stitch store on Thursday nights. So I do have quite a bit stitched on this. I won't be taking this anymore because I'll be doing Tiny Thursdays there. But this is the Winter Series gingerbread house. And that's what I have done on it so far. See if I can. There. That's what I have done on it so far. And again, I do it color by color. I do one color at a time. So I will stitch on this until it's done after the needle workshop. And it's really hard getting some of the Mill Hill kits that are out of stock. I have been on Notify Me from 123 Stitch, and my LNS has one on back order since November or October, and she still doesn't have it. It is getting really ridiculous getting Mill Hill kits. I don't know what the issue is with the ones that are out of stock. My LNS did warn me about Mill Hill though. Okay, so once the gingerbread house is done, then I will be stitching on a Wacky Witch. Isn't she cute? And she's a kit. She came in this cute little plastic case. And the fabric, I don't know what kind of fabric this is. I know it probably tells on a pattern, but yeah. That's what I have done so far on it. But yeah, it's called the Wacky Witch. Simply Sensational Stitches Wacky Witch. She is 63 by 66. And this is copyrights 2002. This kit was $30 back in the day from Stitches and Frame in Rock Hill, South Carolina. I think this was given to me, or it might have been on a freebie station, freebie table at a cross stitch convention retreat. So yeah, I'll be stitching on this year to finish. Then when Wacky Witch is done, I have Proud Penguin. It's the Winter Holiday Collection. Proud Penguin. See how much I have done on this, because I haven't seen this in a while, so I'm not sure. Oh, I have a lot done on it. So you have him, and then this part down here, like the ice, you stitch that separate, you'll cut that out, and then you'll attach him to it. So I think all the stitching is done on this. I think I just have to add the beads. I'm not sure, but I think. And then I could not find this till today. So now I got to go back and add it to my WIP list. So I might have one more WIP than I thought, because this was on last year's WIP list and I could not find it. I searched this room, could not find it. And it was in my bag the whole time. It just was stuck to the bottom of the bag. So I'll show you in a minute. I need to get this back in the bag, and it's not cooperating. You know, they give you they put these little kits in these little bags, and sometimes you can't get shit back in them. Okay. So yeah, I need to this here is Charmed Mitten Noel. I don't know why I couldn't find it before. So It looks like this. It's called Noel Heart. I do not have the little heart, so you can either leave it off or find a heart charm and add it on. So I think all the stitching is done on this. I just have to stitch the cuff and then add the beads, and then that'll be done. So that's my Mill Hill for the year. If these are finished and I still have time, I do have other kits for Mill Hill that are not started. I have 6 that are not started that I can start. I don't want to do any more of the small ornaments. I like doing those full coverages like these 2 here. So from now on, that's all I'm purchasing, is everything that's a full coverage ones. But yeah, so I have 6 more kits I can start, and I try to purchase one every month. And I have one on the way. The one that I couldn't get through 123 Stitch and my LNS is still waiting for, I did a Google for it, and there was 2 left through hobbymasters.com. It's not a cross stitch store, it's just a hobby place. It's on its way to me. Okay, now for Tiny Thursdays, once I finish that snowman with the sunflower, I will be pulling out Merry Mistletoe. This is by Stony Creek. So every month Stony Creek has free patterns, but they're not PDFs. You have to pay the shipping to have the pattern shipped to you. It tells you what it uses for floss, buttons, and fabric. So whenever I get it, I always purchase what it calls for. Look at, he's almost done. He's almost done. So yeah, Merry Mistletoe. So you stitch on it, you pull this out, you stitch on it, then when it's all done, you just kind of do a little basting stitch to keep it closed. And there's your ornament, it's all done. I love Stony Creek, so, but yeah, this was a freebie a couple years ago. Merry Mistletoe. So I'll get to that this month. So for a small, to be considered a small, when I was in WIP Warriors, I'm going by what I used as WIP Warriors. Anything, you take the 2 wide by high, you add it, not multiply it, you add it and then divide it by 2. If it's less than 100, then it's considered a small. So I have Shannon Christine's Winter Snow Fun. And this is 96 by 76, so this is considered a small. So I will be stitching on this until it's finished after I finish him. So every Thursday night it will get stitched on, except for if it's like the 4th of the month, the 13th, or Christmas, or the last day, you know, the 25th. But I don't think that'll be a problem. They are pretty quick to stitch up. So I have that much done. And it's a lot of color blocking. They don't have a lot of confetti. So I can get a lot stitched in an evening. But yeah, I'm hoping to finish this year. Then once I finish that, for Thursday nights, I will be pulling out Shannon Christine's Hello Spring. So that's what that looks like. Yeah. A lot of you guys use these on Pattern Keeper, and I did for a little bit, but I prefer using the paper patterns for these. And that's all I have done on it. That's it. And these were just pieces of fabric I had laying around. I do know that they're Monaco. I just don't know the color. But that's all I have done on that. So again, I will stitch on this after Winter Snow Fun until this is done. When this is done, I will pull out for Thursdays Erin Elizabeth's Stitchy Shed. Until it's done. So every Thursday until it's done. And that's what I have done on this. I don't know why there's two pieces in here. But yeah, that's what I have done on it so far. You know, a lot of color blocking, so they don't take as long to stitch up. Okay, then once that is done, I need to look at my list. Scary Night. I need to see which one it is. Scary Night. Let's see which one it is. Scary Night, page 36. Okay, so this is what it will look like. And again, color blocking. And this is from the Just Cross Stitch Halloween 2014 edition. And this is what I have done on it so far. So I have quite a bit done on it. So I will stitch on this until it's done on Thursdays. So I have a feeling most of these will be done this year, if not all of them. And I do have more on my list of smalls, but I'm just showing you the ones that I'm hoping to finish this year. Then when that one's done, Halloween Hoot Owl from the same issue. Halloween Hoot Owl. Page 40. Halloween Hoot Owl. Isn't he cute? And a lot of color blocking. And there is back stitching. So this will take a little bit longer because there's back stitching. But yeah. So let's see if we can find Halloween Hoot Owl. I think this is it. Here. Is this Halloween Hoot Owl? Yeah. So that's what I have done so far. He's so cute. So again, I will stitch on this until it's done on the Thursday nights. I'm hoping I can get to all of these, if not more of them. Then the next one, out of the same magazine, is Trick or Treat. Retreat, page 7. That can't be right. That's not small. No, this isn't. No, this is not small. Why do I have that written down? That's not small. That's a medium. Yeah, that's a no on that. So then the next one is, and let me cross that off, because that is not a small. That's a medium. 4 selfies from the Just Cross Stitch Halloween 2020 issue. issue. Let me get back. I went and checked that phone and it was spam again. Spam. I should just cancel my landline because that's all I got. My mom has my cell phone number. She can always call that. And I can always give my doctor's office my cell phone number. Okay, so 4 selfies. So it's from the Just Cross Stitch Halloween 2020 issue. And 4 selfies. Why can't I find it? Spooky Selfies, it's called. Page 48. Spooky Selfies. Yeah, so they're separate. That's what they look like. Spooky Selfies. They don't take long. So let's see where they are at. Must be this here. Spooky Selfies. So yeah, I've got one started. But I'm counting them all as one project. And I can whip them up quick because it's mostly all white. So Spooky Selfies 2020 Halloween edition. So that's what I'm hoping to get to all this year. And if I get them all done and I still have time, I'll go through my list and pull out whatever's next. Okay. Now, for evening stitching, to get to the 1% on full coverages, these are the next batch of full coverages to work on. We have Simply Meant to Be by Haid, the artwork's by Sherry Gerhardt. And that's all I have done on it. So I have a long ways to go on this, I'm sure. Yeah. I have a long ways to go on this. And then I'm going to tell you how I will be working on these for the rest of the year, because I'm going to be switching things up, but they will get stitched on. Where's my Haid? Right there. Okay, the next one will be Halloween Hannah. There is no background. It's just Halloween Hannah. She is 409 by 344, but remember, you're not doing any of the background. And this also 25 count gridded. Almost all of them are in 25 count gridded. That's all I have done. That's it. So, yeah. I have a long ways to go on that. Once I get to 1% on her, we will be pulling out Finish and Touch. It's pain-free crafts. This was a freebie on their Facebook group. The artwork is by Janet Stever. And let's see. You can't really see it. It's a pale blue. That's all I have done on it. So, but yeah. Finish and Touch. It's so cute. This will be finished next year. So this year I'll work on it till I get to the 1%. It'll get put away until next year because this will be Justin's Christmas present next year. It is Pain-Free Crafts. It is Blackberry Dragon by Stanley Morrison. I love Stanley Morrison's dragons. I want like every single one of his dragons. Go check him out. If you like dragons and something cute, go check him out on Pain-Free Crafts. He has adorable dragons. I love them all. I want to stitch almost all of them. And
You've got mail.
That's all I have done on that. This is size 287 by 350. Not too bad of a size. So yeah. But that's all I have done on him. Like I said, it will get pulled out in January next year because this will be my focus piece to finish. And I'll work on this Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays next year. But I want to get to the 1% this year. Now, when I printed this up, it's darker than it really is. If you go on and look it up. So this is Christmas Coffee by Stitches So Beautiful. It looks really dark. Let me see if I can find it on Etsy. It's on, they might have a website. I was thinking about canceling Netflix. The reason I rates again. Another $2 to $4 a month. So Justin's on my account, so I pay extra for him, and he's like, yeah, fuck them. So, he says, let's get back to reading and other activities. I don't hardly watch Netflix anyways. I don't hardly watch any TV. Let's see. Oh yeah, Stitches So Beautiful. I don't think they have a website. I think it's just Etsy. Stitches So Beautiful. Oh yeah, they do have a website. So let's see if I can find. Can you not search? Yep, search. Christmas Coffee. Let's see if it looks better. There it is. So yeah, see, it's not as dark as my picture came out. I think he is adorable. I love it. So Stitches So Beautiful, SEW, is, I believe it's also on Etsy. This is 400 by 400. I am doing mine on 28 count Monaco. So I've been going all the way across with the black. And then whatever, yeah, all the way across with the black. I probably won't do that again when I pick it back up. I think I'll just do it diagonally like I have been. But I need to get to 1% on this. But I think he is really pretty. I do. I wonder if I, there we go. So yeah, he is really, really pretty. So I will get to that. I started this as a stitch along with crafts and books a couple years ago. They started anything by Stitches So Beautiful on Labor Day a couple years ago. I think 2023. Then I have Hade Wine Shelf by Amy Stewart. And this fabric, I think, that's Wine Shelf. Yes, I know, I'm crazy for doing these big ones, but you know what? I love them. This is 625 by 452. There's 88 colors. And you know what? At my age, I don't finish them. I don't finish them. It's the process. So that's what's done. So there's a lot of greens in there. There's some browns in there. I believe, is this a fabric? Yeah, this is a fabric that Brian gave me. I know you guys are going, where's all your Nora Corbetts and Mirabilias? They're on hold for a while because right now I am really, really into my full coverage. If I was starting over again and I didn't have all those WIPs, I probably wouldn't be stitching all them. I would probably have one started because I'd be focusing on my full coverage. Another one I want to get to 1%. This is from Creatively Crafting. This is 144 wide by 432 high. This is on 28 count Monaco. It is Corpse Bride. I love the movie. So I need to get to 1% on this. And that's all I have done. I think it's navy. I don't think it's all black. I think it's a navy color. But yeah. And I think once in a while I want to take one of my full coverages to Hobby Lobby and have them framed. I do not want mats because they're full coverage. I don't want to take away from the full coverage. I don't want matting done on them. This one, oh my gosh. I've had this for years as a paper pattern because back then with PDFs you had to print them up before Pattern Keeper. I ended up purchasing the pattern anyways because I had to. This is Autumn Cat Magic by Hade. It is Melissa Dawn is the artwork. I absolutely love this. I have a feeling that when I finish, I don't know. I have too many I want to really, really finish. But this is one of them I really, really want to finish. This is 400 by 500. Like I said, I want to get this to 100%, 1%. So yeah, I waited till this pattern was 50% off, and then I purchased the PDF. Because if you own the chart, paper chart, and you want her to send you the PDF now, she's going to charge you $10. Well, you might as well wait for it to go on sale and pay $9.50 for it. So that's all that's done. So I do have, there is some browns and oranges. You really can't see them, but yeah. And I'm not doing this anymore. What do you call it? I don't like that. I don't like stitching. So some pieces I started doing that and I don't like it, so I'll change that. But I absolutely love this piece. I do not know when I will get back to it again. I'm going to have to put this in a different bag because this just ripped really bad, and yeah. So let's get, hold on. Okay. So we're going to put this in here. I buy a pack of these on Amazon. You get 100 of them. So there's that. And then the next one to get at 1%. And I'm going to continue doing this next year as well, because I still have a long list that needs to get to 1%. So this is by Pain Free Crafts again. They have a lot of nice patterns. This is called I'm Late, and the artist is Rodney Matthews. This is 425 by 339. It's heart shaped. And this is on 28 count Monaco, and again, because you don't do the background, yeah, I won't be doing that again. I don't like it. I don't like it. I tried it on several. So that's all that's done on it. So yeah, I'm late. I'm late. Isn't that cute? Alice in Wonderland. I love me Alice in Wonderland, so when I find different things that have to do with Alice, then I try to stitch them. Another one that I would like to get to 1% this year is Mini Christine. This is a Haid by Amy Stewart. Looks like that. So you got a lot of burgundies. This is 325 by 259. And I don't have a lot done on it. That's all I have done on it. So once I get to 1%, it'll get put away again. But yeah, Mini Christine by Amy Stewart. And then the last one I would like to get to, and if I get to all of these, my list is still long. I still have more WIPs. I'm just showing you what I plan on getting to. So this is another Haid. It's called Key of Stars. Artworks by Melissa Dawn, which is the same one as Autumn Cat Magic. Look at all the purples. Yes, please. And a cat. And it's got wings. Love it. And that's what I have started. It is $3.99 by $3.20. Yeah. So that's all the WIPs I plan on getting to 1%. Now I'm going to show you new starts, and then I'm going to explain how I'm going to rotate these 1%. Because I have a few that I really want to get finished in the next couple years. So I was debating on whether to start this one because I had the fabric. I was going to start it next month, and then I'm like, no, I wanted to start a full coverage every month this year, so I would have 12 new ones. I'm like, no, you know what? I have 43 full coverages. Most of them have to get to 1%. So I'm like, no, you know what? I'm not going to. So I wasn't going to start this. And I'm like, yeah, I think I will start this cross stitch weekend in February. And for those of you that have always watched my Flosstube, I am no longer doing cross stitch weekends every month. There are a lot of times when there's only me in there for an hour, 2, sometimes 3 hours. People are busy. You know, we started doing the Zooms during the pandemic because people couldn't get out. Well, now people are back to getting out. They're shopping. They're going to events, concerts. You know, they're doing family things again. I get it. I have family. I like to get out and do things too. So I'm not doing them every month. And I didn't want to do them the same month as the 24 hours of cross stitch weekends. I want to go into other people's Zooms during that weekend. So what I'm going to do is do it the month after each of the official 24 hours of cross stitch. So February will be my cross stitch weekend. So I am going to start this. This is by Sunflower Stitches. I absolutely love their patterns. I can't tell you. Sunflower Stitches, Stitches So Beautiful, Haid, and Puck's Closet are now like my favorites. Oh my gosh. Yes. So this is called the Bordered Woodland Fox 2. Chart design by Louise Clark. Look at that. I am into the foxes, the gnomes, the dragons, anything Halloween. I love this fox. I have to get it to 1%. Or no, I will stitch this all weekend. I'm hoping to get it to 1% that weekend. And then it'll get put away. So this will be a new start. It is going to be done on 25 count gridded Lugana fabric. But love it. I know the colors are dark. I don't know why I gravitate towards the Halloween colors, you know, the autumn colors and the dark. I just do. I love this. It is so pretty. So this will be a new start in February. Then I have 3 more that will be new starts this year. The fabric should be here any day now. So, did I leave it in here? Yeah. So as you know, I started this, the Sunrise over in Autumn Village. Well, from Puck's Closet, they're on Etsy. she has the 3 other seasons to go with us. I had to purchase them as soon as I found out. So, I'm going to explain how I'm going to rotate these pieces with the 1%. So, the first day of spring, we are going to pull out Rainbow over a Springtime Village. Look at that. I am not a spring person. I usually don't stitch spring. And these colors on here are kind of spring, but they remind me also of fall. I love this. So, all of those other ones, I am stitching on the 1% until I get to the first day of spring. Then I'm stitching on this till I get to 1%. Once I get to the 1%, I will stitch on one of the others till I get to 1%. Once I get to that, I pull this back out until the first day of summer. So I'm going to alternate. So when I get to 2%, I will stitch on another one of the full coverage to get another 1%. Then I will come back to this, get it to 3%, etc., etc. So I'm going to do that until the first day of summer. So I need a bag for this one too. This fabric should be here any day. I'm doing this on 25 count Regana without the gridded lines. I cannot get the bigger pieces of gridded fabric. Everybody is sold out. So I'll just grid it as I go along. So yeah, Rainbow over a Springtime Village, Puck's Closet. So then the first day of summer, we have Storm over a Summer Village. Look at that. These are also all 500 by 500 stitches. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I know. So again, this will get put away until the first day of summer. Then I will alternate between this and the other pieces for the 1%. Isn't that gorgeous? Yes. So then the first day of autumn is when I will pull this one out again. I don't know what percentage it's at. If it's not at 1%, I'll get it at 1%. If it's already at 1%, then I'll stitch on it till I get to 2% and then alternate with the other ones. That's how I want to do that. And I want to continue doing that all of next year as well with these 4 seasons and the other pieces. Because I really would like to get these 4 done and put up on the wall together. I want to get them framed individually, but hang them up by each other for all year round. And then the last one is the winter one. See, I reuse my bags. When I finish something, I throw away the paper, and then I just recycle the bags. There's nothing wrong with them. There we go. The next one, the first day of winter, Moonrise over a Winter Village. Wait till you see this. Look at that baby. Yes. It is gorgeous. I love all 4 of these pieces. I am afraid to look at more of their patterns. I do not need any more patterns, especially full coverage. I have enough full coverage for 10 lifetimes. Isn't that beautiful? So again, 1%, pull out the others. So yeah, that's why I want to continue doing the 1% next year as well. I think that'll work. And then, you know, my Mill Hill Mondays, I'll never run out of Mill Hills because my list for what I want to buy, I have seen all the Mill Hills that are like full coverage. My list is long. Years worth. So Mill Hill Mondays will last forever. Tiny Thursdays, I'm only doing the smalls until my list is finished. And then I'm going to go through all my medium size patterns and start working on mediums. But that'll be a while. Yeah. So that's my goals, but that's all the stitching I plan on stitching this year. And again, like I said, if I finish my Tiny Thursdays before the end of the year, I will go back on my list for Tiny Thursdays and see what's next. Because I have 30 some on here, I think I said. So we'll just go next, whatever's next, and get them done. Mill Hill, the same way. I finish the Mill Hills, I look, I have 6 that I bought. Every time I purchase one, I write it down. And then I stitch them either in the order I purchased them, or if a bunch of us are going to do them as stitch-alongs. Yeah, I love this little notebook. It was by Simply Gilded. I used to have a subscription box with them. So I like this. So when the Tiny Thursdays are done, I'll add in my mediums. I thought about doing rounds. So like I'm doing that Fox and Fall. I don't know where he is right now. But that Fox and Fall is a round. So when you finish it, you just finish it in a hoop frame. There's a whole bunch of them I found that I have that are rounds that I could do up. And they're kind of tiny. They're not real big. So I may do that next year, or whenever I finish the Tiny Thursdays. So I will continue Tiny Thursdays even through next year until all of my tinies or smalls are done, and then we'll work on mediums or the rounds, because I think I found like 12 rounds. So yeah, I know what I want to do. I know I love my full coverages. I do need a break from them, which is why I like my Mill Hill Mondays and my Tiny Thursdays. They give me a break. So we'll continue working on this. This is only January. We have this whole year. And you know me, sometimes I get halfway through the year and I'm like, I'm done. I did that last year. I was with all of the Facebook groups doing all the acrostics and all of that, and by July I'm like, I'm burnt out. I can't do that anymore. I am not doing that anymore. I left most of the Facebook groups, and the ones I didn't leave, I'm just not doing the acrostics. The only one I'm doing this year is the Greek gods with the Stitching Sisters. That's the only one that I'm doing this year, and I'm not counting all my different WIPs on it. I'm only focusing on Hayde Chessie on that group. So yeah, I have my little lists. They stay with me, and that's it for today. Let me know if you're stitching on any of these. I do like the 1% that I'm doing. I think that is perfect. And all of my pieces will still get stitched on. So you're going to ask me, what happens when all of them get to 1%? Then I go through the whole list of all of my full coverages, and I start back at the top, and I pull it out until I get to 2%, or whatever percent it needs to get to. So if I have something at 50%, then I stitch on it till I get it to 51%. So it's just stitching 1% at a time. So I think I'm going to continue doing that. My Nora Corbetts and Mirabilias, yes, they'll get stitched on again, but not at this moment. I'm stitching on this. So I like this. I like how my year is set up. I don't think I'll get bored. And if I do, you know, nothing's ever written in stone. It's my rules. It's my life. I can pull out something else. You know, if there's a Nora Corbett or a Miorelia or a Halloween piece that's calling to me, I'll pull it out and stitch on it for a day just to get some stitches in on it. But, yeah. I'm always watching. I always watch Becky's Madness for Crafting. Every new one. Yorkshire Crafter. Every time she has a new one up, I watch it. I try to watch all of Jen's World of Stitches. I try to watch all of Stitching Jules Designs. I don't always watch all of Jen, the Caffeinated Stitcher. And there's a few others that I watch, but I don't always watch all of their videos. It depends on how much time I have, because this year I'm also getting back into my reading. I am no longer doing blog tours. I have 2 blog tours in February. Those are my last ones. I contacted all the publishers that I've been working with. I've been doing this for 10 years. I'm done. I have books. I have over 300 books sitting in my shelves in the other room that need to be read. I have a TBR list of all my Kindle books. All of the books I was supposed to read from NetGalley. I have TikTok books that were recommendations. I have Audible. I have a couple hundred Audible books that I need to listen to. And no, I didn't buy them all. I don't buy too many of them unless they're on sale at a cheap price. I either use my credit, but if you have a subscription, there's a ton of free ones on there. So my lists are just so long that I wasn't getting to them. And so I'm not doing any more of that. I do have one author I'm going to finish up the series with. And then I'm done. I am done. So I want more stitching time, more book time, and I'm not going to get much stitched today because it's 2 o'clock. And I only stitch on that dragon until dinner time. So I won't get a lot stitched on the dragon today, but that's okay because this video is done with. Tomorrow I'll probably make whatever I finished last year. I have to make sure I have them all. And I might have finished more. No, that's right. I don't think all of my finishes from last year are in here because I think some were Mill Hills. And they're in, all of my finished pieces of Mill Hills are in this bag. And they all have to be FFO'd. So I might not show them in my finished pile, because then I'm going to have to go through my planner to see which ones I finished last year. So I may not include them in my finishes. But yeah, I am so looking forward to the rest of this year. Again, today's the 24th of January. We're near the end of January. And I am just enjoying my stitching time. I'm not in all the Zooms like I used to be. I try to not do that. I mean, I am, but if I don't want to, I don't have to. I will see you the beginning of February when I do my live Flosstube, just to show you everything that I stitched on in January. And I will show you the finishes again, because this was just an extra. So if you didn't watch this, and even if you did and you still want to see what I did, I will have more information. Like I said, I think I'm gonna go through what I stitched on this month and make the index cards. I think I'm done doing the project sheets. I don't touch those project sheets. I'm done. They take up a lot of room in a planner. So, yeah. I like the idea of the index cards. So, I will see you all again next time. You all have a great stitchy time. Love you guys. Goodbye.